Welcome everyone to unboxing and Linux packaging things. I set it on Discord. I found, like, thanks to our, I wasn't even aware of this, what I eBayed me here. T2 new T2 user. Hey, here's a Super H CPU thing. And I was like, what? Welcome everyone. Yeah, of course I got it. Some full HD streaming thing for faster. Maybe I get a Dreamcast. So the thing is, it's like Dreamcast, but like Super H was used in embedded things and even PDAs, Sharp Zaurus or whatever. Maybe. This is fancy things here. Okay, amazing. Even there's an hey, got an HDMI cable for free. Yay, more HDMI cable here. Dolby Digital things. Funny that this comes with, I mean, hey, I got a, what is it even? Is it a network? Oh, that is a big R's still not broken network cable with, maybe this lasts longer. Wow, that makes this even cheaper because, like, here, shall I subscribe? Super H things soon. So that's some amino thing, 140, I believe. 140 or so. Was this opened? Is there some security shit? Anyway, yeah, not doing that today. Just arrived. Just wanted to check if it's Yochi. Welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, what this allows me is, I didn't even know this existed, so shout out to Colin, so maybe? Actually I could check. Shout out there, it's 450 megahertz, it's actually reasonably fast or so. I think it's 450, right? Here's that thing, Colton. He took this out, or they took this out of the case, so that's with the case. This 140 things, 450 megahertz maybe. Yeah, so that has way more memory. That's actually way more, although the Dreamcast looks cuter, more amazing and stuff. Needed to solder in a few headers, but have SPI, USB, megabit SATA all working. Oh, you soldered which header? SATA, anyway. Yeah, shall I subscribe? We do this soon, not today, because we have some packages to do. That's of course way more practical because the Dreamcast probably has 16. So from our Foxtrot, from our T2 core team is running, yes, it's SH3. So Dreamcast is probably SH3 then. 60 memory. Yeah, so this, yeah, so that is way fast. That should be way faster than a Dreamcast, which is amazing. I did yeah, shout out, thank you. That's amazing. Of course not, but the thing is, like, it's I like those things. Yeah, it cooled down like obviously the basement is not cooling instantly down. It's still 34 degrees here, although it was rain forecast. I have the suspicion the rain ain't coming, so it's still 34 degrees out here. I ran Super H on T2 with QEMU. It was fun. Love unusual arches. Yeah, Super H was actually a properly supported architecture. My friend Valentin here from Rock Linux and T2 fame, who hopefully now comes back to T2 Linux, he still has his Dreamcast. So this was like T2 was tested on Dreamcast, gosh, like over 20 years ago by him. We tested this, like, why did I mean, first of all, he did it for fun. I mean, obviously, what to do with your Dreamcast, but also we wanted to go seriously in embedded, right? And 21-ish, 22-ish years ago, Super H was still, as you see, it's like we did prepare all the T2 things for, like, hey, finally embedded project things, right? And as you see, it was used, right, in this full HD streaming thing there of things. And what do you mean pause? Like, eine Regenpause in 3 minutes? It's like, that's not even working. It's not even raining. What's your satellite doing? Anyway. Yeah, I think Colton said something was crashing. I think he said that here somewhere. Maybe that is similar to LTO, like maybe we simply need to GCC or OLC, like, but yeah, I mean, that's obviously under-maintained. It's like, it is working, but like if you use it for production, some things, like similar, we had this for Spark, we had this for even ARM, right, Vim even, I kid you not, Vim crashing. Yeah, Spark, what else usually? I mean, I would tweet everything and like, titanium nips. Okay, what we wanted to do is new user, new problems, and thank you so much for your new Patreon. Every dollar Patreon, highly appreciated here. Big server, yeah, it had to reboot. This is so annoying. I think maybe in Prime Day I need a second mainboard. I do not know if it's just that is the thing which I urgently need to grow. Like Sing Gamers Nexus Linus Tech Tips. I need more hardware. You think like my 42 computers, it's much like obviously it's 42 computers is nothing compared to Gamers Nexus and Linus Tech Tips, because the thing is like my system is not reliably waking up, and I do not know, and yes, I deleted my Underworld and stuff, and it still didn't wake reliably up. So which did I that or not time. Yeah, plus I OMMU, and yeah, I should have. The thing is, I don't even like to give. I mean, the thing is, like, does Amazon even? I don't support. I don't approve of Amazon anymore. I nearly ordered this here on Prime Day, but now it's. They also have. Oh no, this became more expensive. It was $350. Shit. The thing is, like, I'm too cheap for my own success, right? Damn it. Do I need it? No. But I'd like to have more sample size, because I've literally only one AM5, and maybe that's too cheap for a proper company, for a Mac company. I don't need to. I don't like to spend the money. But at the end, I mean, I probably could fix IOMMU. I mean, it should be fixable. But the thing is not even IOMMU. I guess, like, if I would buy it, it probably IOMMU would be as broken. And where was this other that I chose? Yeah, probably IOMMU would be as broken. And suspend is a question. Does suspend work more reliably? I don't know which board I was. Yeah. Yeah, there are cheaper boards. Why this? Because Gigabyte was also not amazing, and with all the ASUS shittiness I liked. I mean, it's not a priority. I have basically 1,000 things to do, basically YOLO. I mean, maybe the cheap option would be to just plug in the. That is actually why I had purchased the KVM size-speed KVM thing. I guess a cheap option would be to just use the KVM thing and just reboot it if it doesn't, like, otherwise it works. So yeah, we need to grow. We need more synergy effects. Like, we need to grow between more open source project work and excuse the lighting. It's cloudy. I'm saving here 11 watt of thermal heat of the office. And thank you again, Jochi, for the subscription. 25 months. That's a lot of time. It's a long time. Okay, so first boring updates, and then new user says, and maybe that's what I did see. I just hoped, like, I think during update I saw something like this, and I was like, yeah, let's hope it works for others. And like, of course, it reproducibly doesn't work for others. Let's quickly do updates and then tackle that. It's a little bit self-inflicted. Wait, it just jumped to 6. How did it jump? It was 7,000 stuff yesterday. How did this jump from? Oh, because 200 scrolled away. How did it jump from 7,000 and some to, like, somehow this counting here is off, like the silicon asynchronous cloud, distributed cloud counting is somehow probably not the most stable. Thank goodness I made a screenshot of 7,000 and some. What was there? Ah, third and sixth failed. Yay. Do I have the ARM? Is this a systemd one? Probably it is, huh? I guess it is, which would be good because it's a newer. This would be good because it's a newer VM. A newer, cleaner without that much stuff built, right? Yeah, so going forward, I mean, so the good thing is, so I was at the OpenSUSE Summit conference thing there in Nuremberg on Friday. And although some people were skeptical, it was an amazing outreach. It was basically, it went as good as that. I mean, despite my talk not going that amazing, some self-critique, but the outreach was amazing. And maybe I should do this more often, especially actually listening to some, I actually listened to some OpenSUSE, Open Build Service or whatever that is called talks. There's certainly some inspiration 42, right? So much to synergy effects of going to some competing open conference. But that's also, I mean, first of all, they were welcoming and could say to tie to some 20-year-old friends in the open source community, which was amazing. But it's also like where did I read? I think I read this just this morning or last evening or so somewhere. Like, what we should not forget is that open source should actually not be like a competition. Like, they do theirs, we do ours. And that's also what pisses me off always with, but have you tried Nix and Arches? Like they do their stuff, like you do not need to rub their things constantly under my nose. I mean, and competition is of course healthy and stuff. And it should be a collaboration. And I mean, in the end, if their stuff is totally more amazing, then of course their stuff should win and stuff. It's just super annoying to never get news and always get like, but have you tried Arch Linux? It's like, no, I've not tried. And anyway, but so the thing is like, it should be collaboration. Like even, I don't, who said this? Like, did I read this somewhere? I think I read this somewhere. I forgot where. In the heat, I was literally sitting in the basement and reading some things the last 24 hours, 48 hours. Yeah, and that's also like, that's so annoying with Phoronix and stuff, right? Which it should not be like a competition, it should be a collaboration and stuff. And in some circles it isn't. And the OpenSUSE event was amazing in that regard. And the people I talked with were super welcoming, and it was amazing to meet. And it's certainly inspiring. So I mean, I don't like their build system, like also they use Python, but like it's not like, it's certainly, they have obviously, I mean, yeah, they have 1,000 developers and a company and stuff, but of course, their stuff is a huge machine that's building things. Also, like someone, I do not know the details, but someone told me they built everything in QEMU, which could be true. I mean, maybe for sandboxing and isolation. But that's also like, I spoke with some Nix developer and they said like, it takes 1 hour to build the kernel. I was like, why does it take 1 hour? Like, holy, what are you doing? Or like, even on some, I was on some RISC-V, like I'm not now trying to regularly join some RISC-V meetings and stuff. And like in some RISC-V meetings, some Fedora Red Hat developer said, on the SpaceMid K3, the kernel builds in 4 hours. But then he said, I mean, first of all, so they said, hey, this SpaceMid K3 is amazing. We can now build the kernel, like the Red Hat or Fedora or whatever kernel in 4 hours. And I was like, 4 hours? Like, do what But then he even said himself, like, you know, we built the kernel 4 times. Like, we built it generic and then with this and then with debug infos and whatnot and stuff. So he said, like this developer said, like they built it 4 times. It was like, yeah, so T2 is not doing such things, right? I mean, they probably do that for good reasons, right? They engineered that for over the years. They know what they're doing and they want to build it 4 times. everything there is. But that is of course the difference, right, between like in Nix you build the kernel on Qualcomm. Actually, on NVIDIA Spark, you build the kernel in 1 hour. On T2, you build the kernel in 7 minutes, right? It's, of course, totally different build systems, totally different use cases, totally different implementations. But, of course, everything has pros and cons. I'm not saying T2 is perfect. I mean, as you see from the build errors, right, it's far from perfect. But at least we're trying some alternative. But so what I learned is, my long story short, what I learned is from, like, OBS, like Open Build System. We obviously need to scale out of like more business, like reproducibly, constantly integrating build system servicing. Installed T2 yesterday in a VirtualBox, but for some reasons only software source available were Flatpaks. Anyone knows what do mean software source? The only software source? Well, the main software source is T2, right? So you do T2 up. You do like T2 ins fast fetch. I mean, so T2 is the main, like, what do you mean? Like, do you look for Debian or RPM? Because we are neither a Debian or RPM based distro. So T2 is like, T2 should be your main software source, right? And additionally to that, we recently added Flatpak. So which other software source are you missing? Because it's not Arch, it's not Debian, and it's not Red Hat. But thank you for trying it out and confirming it works in VirtualBox. I appreciate it. So that is your main software source, right? Like this here of T2 things. Oh, this says Orion. Oh, cool. That is new. Where does it get that from? Not from here, does it? Oh, maybe it's reading. That is cool. Maybe we should patch. That is cool. I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of fast fetch. I think it's mostly C code based or whatnot. I usually use neofetch, but like maybe we should improve neofetch. Enter T2 command wasn't found. Maybe I missed something. You shouldn't. When I entered into the so you only need T2. If you want, like, do you use dot stuff because our documentation says dot stuff? Because like for dot stuff that you need to be in T2 source, right? So T2, then this, we only document, I mean, maybe we should, actually I wanted to touch up documentation because somehow we broke the CSS slightly. I didn't quite remember I broke it like this, but that looks shit. No, I actually wanted to fix this today. Did you use dot because our fresh install info says so? Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It says, where did you get dot stuff from? Where document dot? Which documentation says dot? Yeah, so our document, I mean, maybe some documentation somewhere says dot, but then probably it mentions you need to go to user source, T2 source. So yeah, it should be there. I don't think you can mess that up. Especially if you use the modern desktop thing, it just rsyncs, it just copies that to the target device. So you should probably not be able to mess that up. Okay, so what we wanted to do is, after the morning updates, just to, actually what we probably also should do, because it's tree sitter, and so I don't have here AHDS or whatever. It's just like I see stuff. I have some stack of savings that, right? It's just like I remember I wanted like 2 days ago already when I was sitting in the train to the open source conference. I remembered that this tree sitter in Emacs is broken, like that's upstream API incompatible. If that's still incompatible, we probably should update it somewhere, but I think T2 also didn't work. Maybe, yeah, maybe try and let us know. It should work. I don't think, unless you install a very old, like a year, like older than 1 year old release somewhere. But like, so the first thing you need T2 up, right? Like if you do T2 inst whatnot, it will tell you that's not a full checkout and you need to run T2 up first. I'm not aware of any problems in that regard. The only problem I was aware of this Python updates, which wait, this is maybe that's marked as unstable potentially. I'm not really sure if this unstable release series things are the super best thing, but because then you always have. I mean, in a way, I don't know, like 20 years ago it was more like we have unstable serious things, but yeah. Got unlocked things of yeah. Yeah. Okay, what we actually wanted to fix for the user, and then we probably polish the website CSS slightly or HTML things. So the user wants Python stuff, probably indirect, like maybe they also indirect dependency for something. Ah yeah, former bit was, it probably came in through some dependency, I would guess. Yeah, this Python stuff is a pain. It's the thing is, I also don't know. Maybe it needs versioning. I've no idea. I need to try now myself. And I understand users do not want it. Oh, that's installed. I have no idea. That's strange. It's maybe force rebuild. Let's. Okay, what things do we have here? And yes, that is boring, but that's just the reality of all the 2500 distributions. I already rushed through that, and if anything, we need to automate that more, which as you see, we automate already. We just need to automate that more. Yeah, that probably didn't build for some random reason. Should make this build. Yeah, some random game. That's some random thing. What's that even? That's some kind of down date for down date reasons. These are. Okay, one thing already built, which is Oslip, right? That build, yay, whether that's stable. Have a good one too. Thank you for the good morning. Welcome everyone. Korea IMAP somehow not. The thing is, it probably didn't build before. Wait, it's not even Rocks and Diamonds. Maybe data did this. It's basically not mission critical, some game like Euro, whatever. So, okay, data fall asleep already. Then, what else did we want? Okay, we can suspend this. Let's figure this here out. Setup CCSCM thing. I remember I major version upgraded that. Package version from, wait, versioning, no module named. VCS versioning. Yeah, this Python stuff is a mystery to me, like how this failing stuff is so successful, I don't understand. I don't understand how such a huge community can build such a mess, of such a non-working mess. What's going on here? Build things, arbitrary args, things of inget version, of setup SCM, of from environment import VC, things of gpep, things of gpep, build real wires, setup meter. Yeah, diagnostics so important, right? Is it not the most beautiful, like Python, recurrently the most diagnostics, the most readable, beautiful diagnostics. Beatist wheel. gpep info build main things of. I really don't like underscore classes. Everything is so sus in Python. Build meta, run in module, string files, string inline, get version line. Oof, what is even from? What even is precisely the issue here? Where is file things in exit main? What? Command file return inbuild. What even is precisely traceback? 3 lines, things, no mod. I mean, okay, the real error is no module not found. That is the main. But there is some VCS versioning. How is that not like found? That's amazing, right? Get version set up. Oof. No module named versioning environment. Clanking? Google clanking? The blessed package to manage your versions by VCS metadata. Okay, there is a significantly newer version, maybe? I think I saw this. Maybe I didn't update this because major version, maybe it breaks stuff. But maybe the latest setup things needs this version. Will that even build? Whoa. Does it fix that? Of an LTS release, not really theoretically. Oh, that apparently fixed something. Oh, the future. The question is, does all the other I hope that doesn't break anything else. So yeah, LTS not theoretically Um, I did that a little bit 20 years ago, but also very nearly nobody used it. We could of course do that. Or I pressed something. Thank goodness I'm not live streaming from Windows or Mac OS. That would be embarrassing. Theoretically, we could do that. 25 years ago, I did this a little bit. Basically, if we gain major traction in embedded things, again, and like if there is demand, we could easily do that. But there is basically there wasn't really ever a demand. The question is, oh, that here is interesting. This is 3CS version. I mean, the question, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, before we have major demand and some hundred, if not thousand users, it makes no sense to put even like maintaining the state of the art, the bleeding edge, maintaining the frontier. Maintaining the frontier of Linux packaging is already enough work. So whether we do even more is obviously more work. So, and also like for what, like most, like even in embedded, like usually if you update this, you update to the latest packages. So it's wetting here. It's hot in Europe, and yes, it's cooled down, but like due the building is still like the building, I touched it, like the building is still 35 degrees from the last 48 hours. So I did do here some CSS changes. Did I know I broke that? What did I precisely welcome, hello, first time chatter, come on all in. Yeah, the thing is, like, I have here two PC fans running. I can literally, yes, aircon, AHU, I cannot like easily install an aircon. I mean, if there would be rain, there is not rain yet. It's like, yes, rain, please. But like yes, please, where's rain? Okay, maybe maintaining this in a thunderstorm. Please, yes, can we please have rain? Like, yes, please. Yeah, I mean, obviously, no surprise if a building is overheated for 48 hours, it takes some 48 hours to cool down. Do you use AI coding agent for your work? Not yet. PCL seems to be very broken. I can test that too. What did I want to say? So yeah, I'm not the greatest fan of AI. I mean, yes, Trap and other people constantly tell me AI. I'm close to trying agentic AI things out, but I also like independently of, yes, it can help a little bit. I'm not the greatest supporter of the resource usage for little benefit. It's like cannot find native TCL. What? Is that like TCs? It's why do you ask with your AI things? So yeah, agentic I've not yet used at all. At most I've queried ChatGPT a little bit. Why do you ask? Missing the AI train ticket? What do you mean with AI train ticket? Wait, why is that native TCL9 cannot, like, what's going on here? ZipFS? What is TCLSH? What? This now needs a TCLSH to build. What the heck? That is ridiculous. I'm regularly shocked. I mean, what do we have, like, if... Does that work? Like, if it's installed already? I mean, I never had to use my own T2 tooling. Like, if it's used already, if it's there already, otherwise... I mean, that's an ugly hack. That's crazy. I mean, I cannot work around the stupidity as fast as it appears upstream. My favorite command in Linux you find the most useful? I guess a shell. I've never, like, you have questions? I don't even ask myself ever. The most fun I have is writing code. Why would I give that away? Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand maybe the most people. I mean, first of all, I think the AI hype. I mean, first of all, AI is not that good. I mean, LLMs. I shortly watched yesterday, like 5 minutes, a German YouTuber. And did I not? Ah, because it doesn't. And I loved how this German code YouTuber constantly said LLMs. He did not, like, that's also, like, I say this for months. I always say, like, it's not AI, it's like LLMs. It's like, I love how consistently he never said AI but said LLMs. That's obviously the right thing to do. But I mean, I feel like, so I think there are maybe 2 or 3 main reasons for the AI craze. First of all, there are people who, like, there are new people who want to be coders but do not want to learn code. Like, this is, does it not, like, package? It's like, does it not work like this? I mean, is this, which is it running here? Is it not running configure? Not running configure. So there are people who cannot code, who want to be code, who dream to code, but they want to take no efforts into learning code, and they think, like, with LLMs they become 10x coders with, like, hey, look how what amazing hacker and coder I am. And then there are people who can code, but who are like myself, but they are sick and tired of having to fix other people's bullshit. Like Trap and other, like, I spoke at SUSE, like other people from SUSE, Microsoft, Amazon, and Red Hat and stuff. So there are coders like myself who can code at Red Hat and SUSE and stuff and everywhere, at Fang, at Big Tech Fang. But so they can code, but, like, they are, like, similar to myself. They're sick of, like, what bullshit is it? Like, what stupidity is that? Do I not, like, what do I do here? Either set or use configure. Like, I thought I did this. Is it not conf? What did I do? Conf opt. What the heck do I? But I did this. It did run with disable zipfs. What? Error while loading things. What? Checking. What is it doing here? Did it build that and What? What is going on there? If so, managers can write code and do not need hire coders. The most fun having writing. So yeah, there are, and so there are those people who like Trap and myself were sick and tired of like garbage code. Like, and so like basically to me, I actually on SuseCon, when some other high-profile engineer, a friend of mine, spoke about like, yeah, he's just AI clanking an agent. I actually asked him like, the other day I had this Firefox error where you didn't even see an error, and my audience like AI. Remember when people like AI like clank it, and I was like, why should I? So I asked him like, so if you have something like Firefox, like something humongous that doesn't build, you don't even see an error, like would you just throw a clanker on it? And he was like, yes, of course. I was like, without even, like, you would waste, like, your clanker would even mention, like, are you sure your clanker would even solve that in a reasonable time without even having an error message? Like, I first had to peel around in the build system and distill what's bloody failing, because, like, I expect even the best frontier clankers to just waste 10,000 of tokens of, like, something humongous as Firefox to even verbosely build. I don't trust this stuff to be like efficient. Like, sure, if you have $1 million to waste on tokens, but he was like, sure, I mean, I have other things to do. The clanker will figure it out. It's like, okay, your optimism. What do you mean X? What do you mean Alex the Dirk? Learn, like, do you tell me learn how to prompt a clanker? Like, do you address me? Where did this come from? PogChamp, what does this emoji mean? What does PogChamp mean? Other things to do equals waste of tokens. You mean each time some senior engineer says, not my department, other things to do, they waste tokens? I mean, yeah, the question is also, I mean, that's also like normally, like if in a big company previously, if you'd like some 10x engineer, like John Carmack, and like, so 25 years ago, you would have given it to some intern, right? And the question is, so instead of training next generation interns, more time for meetings, yeah. I mean, that's literally what he said a little bit. He's like, yeah, you know, I have like other management things and meetings. Like I don't even. But that's the reality, right? That is probably how all the senior engineers push AI in clankers, because like, I have meetings and management things, right? It's like, but so the question is also, so not only like, so previously, even if it's not my, like I'm a manager, not my department, like, so you would give it some junior stuff, and junior stuff would learn the shit. And now we don't train junior stuff anymore. And the question is also, even if you have the money for clankers, like, are clankers cheaper than junior, like paying junior devs, right? So there are huge social consequences and like uncomfortable questions to ask, which is, I'm in general not like, hey, have you seen the climate crisis? And yes, we can make Berlin as hot as Texas. Yes, I hear you. Also, we can make Texas hotter than we can also make Texas hot as Valley. Sure, we can do that. But the question is, do we want, like, is that the path for humankind? Also, like, if we don't make kids and junior devs anymore, like, what is the future of humanity? Like, it's like, do we make Earth then a matrix like robot farm of like, sure, Neo, nice life you once had, but welcome in the matrix, welcome in the metaverse. If that is that the AI, like, even if Claude and stuff, and if LLMs would be amazing, like, if we don't, like, do we really want to degenerate humankind to couch potatoes of like a what even like before the metaverse, like what was there not like what is his name, Stevenson sings here of like snow, what was it, Snow Crash book, was it Snow Crash? Fictional things of religion, things of, was it that one? Novel terms of things of when computers crash, things glitch into bitmap, things of. One of those was some metaverse. I don't know. Probably not this. Maybe the other. Like, do we want to live in a matrix? Like, that's the question, right? Because like the consequences, if we LLM clank everything, like, what's the job of humans? Doom scrolling X shit, like living in a matrix of doom scrolling between X, between Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I can give you things if you want to test sometime. That's a nice offer. I mean, I was considering, actually, the ironies, I kid you not, yesterday was so hot and I couldn't do anything. I was literally, I kid you not, I was laying on a concrete floor and just drinking water. Like yesterday was like, dude, it was so like 41 degrees without aircon, I tell you. Like I was literally laying on the concrete and reading some shit. Like yesterday probably was, yes, I need to buy, yes, I hear you. I will move out of here. I will buy some abundant stuff between some trees. Yes, I will. I mean, I have an aircon. I get like this aircon is this defect monoblock is pointless to run. Yes, I hear. I mean, yes. What is like, yes, I will get some solar panels. I run the aircon off of, yes, next year, like next 12 months. Shall I subscribe? I hear you. I mean, that's, of course, it's a reality why obviously people in Greece and south of France and Spain and Texas and Silicon Valley live with aircon. Yes. The thing is, in Germany, we had here climate zone, whatever, 5 or 6 or whatnot. Like historically, until global climate crisis warming, we didn't need an aircon. Yes, no, we need one. Thank you for burning fossil fuels for 100 years. I mean, this is of course a reality. If you don't have an aircon, you are unproductive. Like with 40 degrees, like you get nothing done. I literally got headache from I was drinking water like a fish, and like after some like at 15 o'clock I had headache from like just drinking water laying on the concrete. It's like, yes, that's a reality. I mean, obviously. So yeah, but I cannot install a proper aircon here. Like for many legal reasons, it is impossible to install a split aircon here, right? I'm not owning the building. I cannot drill it through. And no, I cannot put here some window split unit thing here. Really, building regulations and stuff and things. Yes, if that would be my building, I would jerry-rig something, but I cannot jerry-rig something, right? So yeah, option, like only option, move. Yes, like I said this for months. Yes, I know. But yeah, the climate crisis reality without an aircon, without cooling below 30 degrees inside, like you can get nothing done. My point is I wanted to install Cloud Agentic because like 41 degrees outside, let's warm the planet more by using Cloud, what is it called, Studio or whatnot, Cloud Code. At home with LTO, like this is also so shitty. They are like, yeah, download by curl, like installation, like remote code execution. Here was somewhere. It's like I did this at home on my ThinkPad thing. Yes, there was a here. This yes. I already saw like this shit did nothing. The thing is, this AI companies like just remote execute our code, which I wouldn't even recommend. But here it is. There is no fucking status, right? I was sitting here like this at home. It's like, but yeah. So my LTE, like I was sitting like this for 5 minutes, and it doesn't have a progress thing, like right? Like I was sitting like, sure, here I have gigabit internet, but at home over like this did not work at home over 5G. I was like, does it do something? I even piped that in some installers age and did look at this file. It's like, okay, it did something. I even edited this installers age at home and added there and set X like in T2. It's like, okay, oh, it's running some curl. It's like, it literally 2026. Like nobody probably tried this over a slow internet and doesn't even have status output, right? Let's say installation complete, amazing. The question is, does it work on T2? A native installation exists, but things is not in your paths. Wonderful. Let's also, like, I'm not a fan of remote code execution. I should do this on a second account, but I don't really have that important things on this live streaming thing. Okay, it does something. And now, like what now? Native installation exists, but things installation complete. Like, so that's not like, what's that supposed to? So that's all. Get started. Dark mode, light mode, things of what? Choose the text style, things looks best on your terminal. Most important things, subscription things. Console, AP usage, third party, Amazon Bedrock, Microsoft Frontier or Vertex AI. Amazing. Opening browser to sign in. Browser didn't open? Too bad. Yeah, you had me at yes. Just use open code instead. Open code what? With what? Open code did not even install in T2 Linux. Yeah. Okay, I've the future. But like, why should I? But also, what my friends who clank said is like their coding ability seriously degenerate, right? I mean, which is like, sure, if you only manage the whole day, like, and you don't code, like, you don't practice coding, right? So even my friend's 10x engineer thing, people, it's like, yeah, can't code even any more things, right? I also, in general, like, I was already, like, long before it was cool. I was like, since 1998ish or since forever, but like since 1996, I was a bit of an environmentalist of telling people like, dude, like, look up, like, look at this global warming. And like for 25 years, for 30, and nobody listened to this shit. And sure, I moved a little bit on, but like, I also, I don't want to unnecessarily pollute. And I don't. Also, you give AI all your code, right? Like, so all the stuff, or all your stuff you clank, like if you write super amazing state-of-the-art frontier code, like you give the AI company like all your code. I don't usually manage. I mean, 5G is fine. I don't know what slow. I mean, maybe yesterday also everyone was sitting at home and browsing the internet. Like, dude, it was 41 degrees, right? So usually it is fast. I'm only saying, like, even if it would have loaded in 5 minutes, I also didn't bench. Like, basically after this didn't load at home, I was like, okay, wait, I lay back on my concrete floor and drink some water. But my point is, it didn't have any progress, right? Like, if you download a shit ton of data, like, there is literally zero progress. It's not the fault of potentially overloaded 5G yesterday with everyone sitting at home in a heat wave. It's diagnostics so important, right? I think these diagnostics are literally worse than T2 of like not having any. I don't even trust private repo. Yeah, totally. Wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft trains Copa on that too. Yeah, of course. And what people like, if you work at Bosch, like basically if you work at companies like Siemens, Bosch, Volkswagen, whatever, or like Exacode, like if we write a super amazing microkernel and keep it for ourselves and stuff, and we would AI prompt it, like you would give this AI companies all your code, right? It wouldn't surprise me if, like, who reads the end user license agreement? It wouldn't surprise me if in the contract and end user license agreements, like, there's written like we own your code and can everything, we can do everything we want to do with it. If using Claude, I didn't use Claude. I downloaded the front end things and it's like already so. Bro, use the eyes behind a table fan trick. What eyes behind which table fan trick? I'm not sure what you mean. T2 up get bash T2. You need to be root, right? Mac, like, maybe the only thing is you didn't root. I assume no matter how good AI go, there would always be people that did it the manual way for the challenge and fun. Yeah, it also costs, like AI will only become more expensive because all the AI companies make a loss and like they all need to increase the prices eventually. Like right now they just get you hooked on this drug. And so they're also like, there's for security, for keeping your code private. Paid things models are way better for sure. Paid things, yeah. Actually, there is a new Chinese model, right? What is the new Chinese model that's said to be as nearly as good or sometimes usually as good or sometimes better? Where's my browser? Here's my browser. There is this year. China Shipu has released openweight GLM5 this year. Instagram, like 2026, you set AI, like set like the Russian invasion to like you call this set AI, like seriously? It's a bit of a branding fail, right? Buckle up, the bad guys have a model as powerful. The bad guys? Like the Americans? Which bad guys? The Trump America? Ooh, you mean the Chinese? The second bad, the other bad guys? it's like yeah. GLM 5 open weight things. The question is, what do you need to run? Like if we download this and run this locally, what kind of data center do we need? 7 hours ago, yeah, that's breaking news. Also, like if they say it's as good or sometimes better, it's probably not. But what do you need for that? Probably something fancy, right? Best things code 20, 1st of June things, open source what A coding models, and do we have here GLM parameter things? 40 billion active, context, flagship for agentic coding, stronger judgment, ambiguous problems. What do we need to run this? Price per input in kilocode? What hardware do you need to run? Running locally full scale requires enterprise grade hardware due to its 75 billion things mixture of experts architecture. However, heavily quantized and offloaded versions can be run on high-end consumer or max minimum low budget workstation. Mac running Wiley Quanti 2-bit GG quants. Experimentation speeds like Mac Studio thinks of only 256 gigs of memory. Thank goodness we can afford memory. Isn't it ironic that the big tech guys made memory unaffordable so we cannot run AI locally? I mean, hey, hear me out. If I plug all my, like Dew, if I swap all my, if I combine my Sun T4 and Power 8 memory, I have 256 gigs of memory. What's better for AI models? Sun UltraSpark or IBM Power 8? I guess the Power 8 hardware could potentially be more powerful, couldn't it? The Sun stuff, potentially maybe. 250 gigs. Okay, that's I have said. VRAM. Recommended setup for 755 gigs of VRAM. Yay! 8 so hey, only 8 NVIDIA's H200 things of, yeah, surely. Do you have some tens? Do you have some 100,000 euro to run? How about we run this on Power 8? Someone Power 8 optimized Altivec stuff? Yeah, why don't we just clank the stuff right on, like, yeah, surely. How about we become an AI company and how about we buy 8 NVIDIA GPUs, right? Like, finished. Did this bootstrap that somehow? What happened? Do we even need that? Do we even need that? Maybe I didn't read that precisely enough. Also, my coffee is cold. $250 gigs? That's not terabytes, that's client maxing. Cluster all my machines, yes. If it's the things, maybe 3 and 5 maxed out Mac Minis would be great. Probably overkill. 250 gigabyte of SSD is not much, right? Like that's not much. Maybe it bootstraps some TCSH and just cannot run it. Did this bootstrap something? Oh look, it did bootstrap something. How does this build for anyone? What does it even build until then? Okay, it builds something and then it reconfigures. Okay, I overlooked this. Does this RPass or like how does it even? So it builds this. Why does it reconfigure? Is this a normal rebuilding step? Checking whether things, checking things. RM, GCC. That's funny. Is this like in... Oh, this is run make. Some of this reconfigures. Maybe that's normal. There are multiple ways to work around this. Search DGX Spark. I know that I don't need to search it. How about you build the real AI for sure? Yeah, I know DGX Spark. I just don't know precise spec, but also I'm not a millionaire. So we could just export that like that as a workaround. It's a little bit hacky. The thing is this little editing verse polluting the environment? And I would say no. Like, if you cannot fix those things easily within 10 minutes, like without chatting here with you and discussing IL and Clanker things, I would have fixed that even faster. Where's, by the way, the promised rain? Oops. Rain promises have been kept in Western. What? Has been kept? Happy to hear that. It's still 28 here. And the problem is the whole building, obviously the building's soaked up like 48 hours of excess heat. So like when my wall is literally still 25 degrees, right? So it's 34 degrees in here. Yes, I have window open. I have 2 PC fans running. Yes. It's good. I mean, yeah, it would be better if that would not be broken. The irony is I've probably seen both, and like most likely there exists a live stream from some days ago where it's like, nah, it doesn't build like YOLO, not my department. Someone will fix it, right? And like, it's, yeah. I should. Wait, what? Yeah, it's eine Gratwanderung. What is it? Oh, what was this? Things, Gratwanderung. Ah, shit. I wanted to use, like, how did I not? It's a small, it's of course, how to say this in English? It's, what? How is this copy and paste so messed up, man? Yeah, thank you for testing. It's a risky business decision between not my department. I hope someone else fixes this, and then we convince new users to try T2 Linux, and then shit is broken. It's, yeah. I mean, in a way, it is the open source thing. Commit early, commit often. Like, doesn't build for me. Let's hope it builds for you. But yeah, it does reproduce, will not build for you. And then it's like, I mean, 25% we already curse new users to send a patch, but I mean, to be fair, it's edge cases here, right? Like, I'm increasingly surprised, like, for being as up to date and how much stuff builds, but then the edge cases, yeah, it's a tough call. It's of course the result of running this project on the cheap. It's yeah. Maybe we need to double down the last 5% of making sure more frontier stuff just builds, not to alienate new users like that. I'm running T2 upgrade. Wonder how long it will take. 3-core VM 6 gigs. This will probably fail on a 6 gig VM. Probably stuff will fail out of memory. Also, you should not T2 upgrade. Like, so the biggest mistake new users do is just T2 upgrade, because that, like, first of all, some things are big. Like, basically what you should do is wait. Like, you do not need the upgrades. Like, just start using T2 Linux and like not overload your system with upgrading the T2 world, which a lot of things need more than 6 gigs of memory, and 3-core VM is a little bit little to build LLVM, Mesa, Clang, Linux kernel thing. Also, we soon. I say this for months. Yes, I say this for a long time. At least since last Christmas. Yes, binary updates. What you basically want to do, like if you are not a developer, you want to wait our binary updates, which we will hopefully be able to address the next weeks. Yes, I say this for a long time, and yes, it's coming next. Although some weeks ago I said, like, yeah, we get no news, we get no users, maybe we don't do binary updates. But realistically, the two major things that are left for T2 breakthrough is, as much as I hate it and as much work as it is for me, and binary updates, right? Like, people do obviously not want to like build at home. People want shit to just work instantly without waiting 3 hours. I'm aware of this. And the other thing is, of every edge case just work. Like 99% working stuff is not enough. Like, every build error annoys users, like this TCL, like this Python stuff. Working on the first ever game, what would be your advice concerning the skills that must be trained in the first? Like, I'm not a game developer, but I have no idea. Like, maybe understanding, I don't know, like physics and stuff. From Brazil S2, huge. What? Imagine if someone opens a pull T2 AI. Well, we have AI clankers, right? I don't know. Understanding graphic and physics things, and I don't know, understanding code. Working on your first game. I mean, the question is, do you work alone? I mean, I'm not a game. I mean, I tried game devs like in the 90s. I was 14. What hindered my game devs with my friend in the 90s the most is that we both were at the time not the best graphic artists. So, but it's a question, like, do you work on your first game alone? Because, like, then you need to be a universalist, talented in everything from code to graphic art. Graphic, sound, and music. Okay, so that did some things here. Yay, thank you for... The thing is, like, I appreciate this comments, and I appreciate that they're a new Patreon, because every dollar counts here. And as I said, like, imagine we have 1,000 Patreons with $1 each. Like, that's already $1,000 of full-time income here of keeping this alive. Because, like, if I don't have users like this, I'm procrastinating, and I'm just like not fixing this TCL dedication. Yeah, amazing. So thank you. I'm alone. Yeah, if you're alone, it's probably a little bit tougher because you need to do everything. And then it depends, can you do artworks? My friend and I, we were better at code, and even like we both were like his mother even was a church organ player and a self-employed music teacher. So he could actually do play. My friend was a little bit more musical than I, and I played guitar, and my brother played a little bit keyboard. So like we even like our neighbors had a drum set, like a proper full drum set. So, and like that is also what I hate these days, right? Even my girl is sometimes like having to buy everything. I always tell my girl not to buy shit, right? Like, you don't need to buy all shit. Like, just find some friends and neighbors and go drumming there. And so I can play drums somewhat of when we were like 10 and 12 and going to our neighbors. And yeah, society needs to learn going back to basics of like just going to your neighbors to play some game, and that's so much more socially engaging and also resource efficient, right? You other humans, like, do like other, like, yeah, I hear you, like, have you seen my Karen neighbors? Like, have you seen my my Schwaben neighbor of like calling the Jugendamt on your child crying at night? It's like, in my Karen neighbor of shouting with me for 10 minutes because she shorted the building's mains twice. It's like, yes, Karen, yes, I hear you. Am I the asshole for like, anyway, yes, I hear you, but like, hey, yes, I understand, like, a lot of neighbors are assholes, but like the art of the deal is actually finding some neighbors that are not assholes. Like, in the 90s, you could actually find some neighbors that were not assholes, and you could play SNES and Amiga and drums together. Anyway, so yeah, between, like, we had the privilege of having a neighbor which was church organ player, church organists, and having a music school, like, for the game development, like, yeah, artwork was a tough, like, also in the 90s, there were few people who were, like, we simply didn't have a neighbor or friend who was good in digital artwork. And I don't, the problem is also these days, like, instead, that is also the danger with LLMs. Like, instead of people, I see this so often these days, instead of people, talented people of, like, becoming good at anything, whether it's artists or music, like, just look at Tim Henson and others. A lot of people don't put into the effort. Like, if you want to become like Tim Henson, or like, what is a good graphic artist? Yeah, there are some, actually I've seen some amazing, I just don't have a name. If you want to become good at everything, you cannot LLM agentic clank it. Like, you just need to practice and practice more and practice all day. But also you can, like, similar to the 8-bit guy and Planet X and stuff, you can, I mean, although he probably does 8-bit graphics okay, but you can, like, maybe a tip if you're still here for your game development, maybe you should not answer questions for 10 minutes long, but like, you can have placeholder graphics, and then if your game is mostly going, pay some artist to polish your graphics. But the problem is, these days, a lot of people do it the shortcut way and clank it then, like, AI. Like, you pay someone for graphics and then you get AI graphics back, right? I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you pay someone cheap and then they wipe artist. But your neighbor gave you honey. That was another neighbor. That was a 70-year-old Polish neighbor. But that neighbor only gave me honey because not only did I once help her to break her door when she locked herself out, but the second time, and for breaking her lock, or like for lock picking her lock, she gave me nothing. She only gave me honey and cookies after I helped her install her new Windows PC from. But anyway, yeah, that is the difference between 70-year-old Polish grandmas and like 40-year-old strange Karens of, like, yeah. And that's fine. I don't expect the 70-year-old give me honey for lock-picking her door. That's fine. It was, of course, nice to her. But also, I mean, when she asked me for, like, hey, this was so funny. She asked me, like, the 70-year-old Polish woman there, she literally asked me, like, what I wanted to ask you, do you know someone who's good with computers? And it's like, I better don't tell her that I'm good with computers. I was like, I'm not really feeling like telling you that I'm good with computers. I think I was like, maybe depends what do you need with computers? It's like, I purchased a new Windows PC and I can't get it set up. It's like, I think I said something like, I think I was like, I don't really know anyone who's using Windows, but probably could take a look if you don't know anyone else. It's like, it's like, yes, I know how to use computers, but I don't know how to use Windows. But like, if you don't find someone else, I probably could take a look. Disrespect? What disrespect? What do you mean? For not giving me honey for lock picking her lock? Not really sure what you mean with. Um, anyway, um, So, you all, long things, good computer things, asking if know someone. Yeah, yeah. But hey, I got the honey and some cookies. So, things. What did we wanted? Okay, we wanted. Actually, the main thing we wanted is. Did we do everything we wanted to do here? Is that all? That's probably. Okay, so CSS things. Welcome back, everyone. Also. Yeah. Things, fix new screen and things. What did I do here? Fix new code and screen things. Maybe this commit is even slightly wrong. What did I do? I added class 2, and what did I do wrong here? What did I even do here? What was the screen 2 thing? Code diff whitespace things. Did we do this for all? Oh, we did this for all. Whitespace. Why did we do that? Oh, maybe we do this. Maybe we did this so that it auto. Maybe we did this so that it auto broke things. But it's screen 2 only, no? Why did this influence? Div screen and div screen 2. Actually not sure why. Maybe I didn't intend to break that. Class code. Things. This matches code. Wait, whitespace pre-rep, why? 182. Oh, that's cached. That's just, I think it's cached. I think it's just displaying this locally wrong. Oh, that displays it even wronger? Or did I not? Oh, did I just not? Oh, maybe I forgot to put into production. Maybe this is just wrong in production. Oh, das ist a wrong subversion up. Oh, maybe I didn't reload this enough. I think we need Shift R. Did I Shift R? No. That's bizarre. Or did I not commit this? What is going on here? I'm perplexed. This does not match my expectations. That is code. Why does it say white spaces? I don't understand. Do I have a merge conflict that did that wrong or what? There is no change. I think it's aggressive caching for some reason. That is not like this is I think it's just aggressive bloody caching. Because that's not the file on the server. Is it not Control-Shift-R? This is bizarre. I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense. Bizarre shit always. You have extra new line, font, front of code. What? You have extra new line? What do you mean extra new line? In front of code? What do you mean? This here already does not match my file. I'm not really sure what you mean. This CSS file, like what it this here is not the real thing. There is like reload like bloody all. There is like, by the way, I don't understand, macOS has here search. Like, why has nobody copied the macOS search feature? I don't understand. Delete which new line? This new line is not the issue. The issue is that the CSS is the old CSS. The issue is that the CSS is cached. In a way, this is like, yeah, other people rename this in production, right? It's somewhat ridiculous that this is so aggressively caching that after days it's not updating. Repair text encoding into reader. There is like reload bloody all resources. Restart, developer, work offline. Page info. The problem is not the HTML xanter. The problem is that this is not the CSS set. Is it not meta shift things? Oh, at 5 shift. Control Shift R, Window, Linux, or. But I press Control Shift R. That's what I pressed. I don't understand. Oh wait, why is it? No, this. What? Where did that? Huh? Wait, no, I see. Wait, this is not. Wait, what have I done here? Something is sus. Huh? Here I have screen pre-rep. Oh, screen, wait. Oh, I looked at screen and code. Maybe we broke all code. Maybe that's what we did. Oh, I looked at wrong. Okay, Xante is right. I mixed screen and code things. Okay, Xante was right after all. Debugging. Oh wait, did I? Oh shit! Did I really quit that? Oh damn it. Okay, let's. What do we have here? Things. Only thing is, why did I log out there? Should not have logged out there. So, code. How many diff codes do we have? Probably quite some, huh? This is R8. Why did we even do that? I think previously I had pre. Do we even need that anymore? Is this how we need that now? The question is, we have quite some, right? How many? 166. Yeah, we obviously use stream editor for that. We don't need a clanker, all we need is a couple of SED expressions. Yeah, I thought I mixed this. Yes, Xanta, I'm totally aware of all the details. We have screen and screen 2 there, and I thought I didn't remember I mixed screen and code, okay? So all is fine. You were right. I just were thinking about screen things. Chromzen. Everyone, greetings. Der grüne Mann, how you doing? Missing you the last streams. Welcome back. Also, finally darkness here. Will we get here any accurate weather? Like, why does it always tell me it's zeitweise starker Regen? Like, where is the rain? I still don't see the rain. Where? It's not raining. So we do this with SED. So the reason I committed this is that currently we have what? Okay. So we don't need a clinker. It's much more environmentally friendly to match class code substitute actually not substitute, what is SED append next line, capital N? You know, no need use HTML text to spacing or yeah, I want to delete, yes. Append next line, is append command to add new line after the line containing what? So the first thing we need from match any class code to div substitute stuff and print. Let's maybe in place run that and see if it works. Apparently, huh? Let's maybe for all files do that. Here before we had clinkers, we actually used our brain. So the only other thing we additionally need to do, so I think we all agree that this works, right? Xanthefin, that's a proper solution for that. And that's why we did this, we just didn't do it fully. Someone not happy to hear that. And then the other thing is SED. I was like, yeah, the thing is, if you clank that, you need to review it anyway. If you clank that, you cannot trust that AI does it correctly for all like instances. And that is also because AI is fuzzy, right? You tell AI to count from 0 to 100 and it doesn't do it. And like the thing is like clanking is just very fuzzy by nature. And like computers, like the reason we initially wanted programmable computers, like programmable calculators, is because like then it's reliable, right? And you ask for some regular expression and you get your regular expression and you're not getting some random garbage in, garbage out. Doesn't have HTML, have code tags. Holidays no lost. Oh, amazing. I don't know if things has code. Maybe it has. Is code new? Like this is also like HTML code tag. I mean, in a way, it's ridiculous that they added all of this stuff. Like maybe they added code. Like which HTML version is that? Like maybe that's things. Like which version did they add that? Man, I should. Or was it forever? Maybe we could just use this. Just wondered which version was this added. Or like was it for like ever? Which version? Standard. Don't tell me 1.0. Like why is that not version? Unless it was forever, but SED out of memory, yeah. I mean it had that I once I by the way I hope we live stream because I don't see my window here. It helps that I took over the original SED implementation from Eric as Raymond, right? With his official blessing, so I didn't steal it. I asked him like, "You're obviously not maintaining anymore, so I could maintain it." So I have mini SED, right, which is the original, which is a continuation of Eric S. Raymond's. Here's open source things. Mini SED, right? So that is the official continuation of the original GNU SED, and the GNU SED rewrote that. The thing is that this is much more minimal, and it's like if you want a pure minimal thing like here, then that's the thing. It helped that I knew, but I didn't touch it much for 10 years, 15 years, so my SED is a little bit rusty at times. Anyway, so let's do match code, don't things, and so match that match code stuff. SED save to hold, was it H? Capital H? Copy, append, so pattern, copy pattern to hold, space, append next line input. Actually wait, we only need next, we don't need to hold, we need next. We need append, so that's all we need. We need n, and then substitute a new line to nothing, and print for debugging. That works too. In place, don't print. Look, we don't even need to pollute our water, waste electrons, diff things. Wait, did we? Somehow this is using div class code div. Wait, is that? I mean, maybe that's okay. Didn't know I used it there, div class. I mean, the only thing is, do we need this? But I think it's okay, right? What do we have here? Div. What do we have here? Somehow this is strange, though. I somehow messed something up. I think that doesn't look right. What did you do here? Match class code. Next, substitute. Div class code. Why does this not work? Is it possible that just one coder fixed a bug? (2017), that would explain why we didn't use it if it's 2017. Thank you for that. Is it possible that just one coder fixed a bug? What do you mean? We fix bugs every day. Of course it's possible that just one coder, like, it's a strange question. Just one coder constantly fixed bugs. I don't see how this overmatches. Match any class code, read append one new line and substitute that. Why does it not work? Unless we run this multiple, oh, maybe we run this multiple, oh, maybe that's the issue. That probably was the issue. We probably run this multiple times for every. I mean, okay, there we deleted a new line where this was already. So in a way, adding this code stuff to HTML is a stupid thing. Like, in my opinion, such things should not be in core HTML proper. The problem is also, like, even I'd rather do a website that still works on like 2010 or 2005 browsers. In a way, all this stuff is a little bit silly. What was the other SED? The other SED was, okay, let's run the other two. That other was BR things. Let's only run this once too. So yeah, it's not rocket science, right? And that's what people like with AI clanking. People seriously lose the ability to think logically, and they're just like, nah, they literally become like similar to everything else. They become too lazy for everything and just clank every the smallest. So we use here, we lose here some new lines. Actually, we probably theoretically could fix this. If we like really wanted, we could actually, okay, that's a little bit ugly. I think we want to avoid that. So it's basically match that, and then what was not match? It's not match was somehow, if not, I think it was that. Was it there? If not, match end of div in the same line, then do that. That probably should work. Unknown command. What was SED in not match? Was it not in not? Why can't I SED not match pattern? Man, Google invert are there? SED are there? Oh, it's the end. Yeah, I mean, such things, it's I knew this 20 years ago. But it's impossible to memorize everything. It's normal to. Okay, so that not that, right? So that probably should fix, hopefully, this compacting things. Okay, and then BR. So normally you should review that now fully. And so the benefit is that this is purely mechanical, so there is no AI LLM clanking randomness, right? Like, even like if this were AI, I would need to review this even more now. Like this is like SED only did the new lines and the BR, and I can be sure that an AI did not randomly change any other character or word things. Oh, there's, by the way, dot things install. What is it? There we have actually .t2 things. Global, actually, okay, it actually documents it there. 31-ish things of, okay, let's see if, it's actually not that many right now. Let's see, what is it, diff, code, tree, web, things, yeah. Are LLMs deterministic? No, they aren't. Just thought you must write too many lines of code. Like, you have really... I mean, why would you say that? It depends. Like, a lot of bugs are just one character. Like, a lot of bugs is even deleting some code. Like, a lot of bugs is just some line of code. People, like, you have, like, I wrote so much code in my life. I wrote 1 million lines of code in my life. From my scanner driver, say, like, you have really strange preconceptions of computing. So not a single raindrop bloody has fallen yet. Where's the thunderstorm? I want to program through a thunderstorm, man. Give me my thunderstorm. I think the LLMs, the deterministic, if you set the temperature to 0. What do you mean with temperature to 0? For me, not really sure. Not really sure what you mean with that. It's getting a little bit fresher though. Let's hope it gets some rain soon, because like now some really fresh air is coming in. So did we fix these things? If you wonder why I do that, why is there still? Okay, there's still this. I mean, maybe that. Oof, why is there still that? Okay, that's mostly better. That is still there. Oops. Why is this still? Pre. Oh. Why do we have pre here? Oh, why did we code? What? Oh, that's wait, code. What did we just do? We did to screen, right? What are the other things? Was it 8? Oh, there's still a BR. Why is there still a BR? I thought I deleted them all. Oh, that's another BR. Oh no, it isn't. Wait, what? Ah, yeah, that is some mistyped BR. If I don't know if it's even valid. Do we have other BR typo things or things? Oh, that were the nearly only ones. Look. Oh, this was the only one. Debugging in production like a true senior 10x engineer. Oh, why is this formatted so strangely now? Oh, HTML fun. Can you center a div? What have I done for that? Strange. Okay, not my department. At least the rest is good now. Actually, is that here? Actually, we probably want to update the screenshots here. Actually, netbook, did I publish this already? Yeah, the thing is, the reason why I do this here, because we want market share, right? And it might look like a waste of my time, but polishing our documentational things is certainly not a waste of time. We broke it, and I mean, yeah, I should have better debugged. And I mean, I noticed this a week ago already, but okay, we don't have that there. Where do we have? Okay, we have. What did hardware I wanted around? I think I was here already, just didn't click something enough. This is probably how it should be now, right? I guess. Amazing. Okay, we fixed some things. Yeah, nothing like you put 5 years of things and then you break your HTML. And yes, I'm aware we will tackle this stuff here. Previously we had a pure white. This is just a dark side thing of yes. We will do this thing soon. I don't think some not amazing picture does not. I'm not a programmer, that's why my question is stupid. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's just like it's so far from reality. It's like yeah, I mean, thank you for asking. I mean, you're right. I mean, no question is stupid. I'm just like this Linux distribution, while over 1,000 people contributed to this soon 30s. Actually, Claire probably founded Rock Linux like in 1996ish or so. So actually, this code base becomes 30 years, and while surely over 1,000 people contributed this since 1996, especially in the early Rock Linux days. Probably already 1,000 in the first 5 years of Rock Linux, and then since T2. Because so many people left for their big bucks works in American Silicon Valley and stuff, in Seattle, Apple and Microsoft and stuff, and moved on with life or stuff. I single-handedly mostly maintained T2 Linux from 2010 to 2020, right? Even in that, there were a dozen of contributors, or even 2 dozen of contributors, but like, I maintain a whole Linux distribution like nearly alone, right? And fix my own bugs, like cause my own bugs, fix my own bugs. So yeah, you can even do nearly alone. I mean, I appreciate all the contributions of some updates and some packages, but realistically, I kinda nearly single-handedly maintained this Linux for like a decade or two. And I could have maintained that, as you see here, without these contributions. Although, of course, we want contributions, and the more contributions, the better. I'm only saying you can alone, like with some knowledge and 10x engineering, you can alone maintain background what? Background bugging, not really sure what you mean with that. You can maintain a whole OS like with bootloader, with firmware virtualization, so a lot of endurance is needed for this long. Yeah, it took a lot of dedication, and this was a hobby project, right? Like for the most part, sure. Sometimes we had embedded projects. We did Silicon Valley projects. We did Florida projects. We did Chinese projects and stuff, and Taiwanese projects. Certainly we had some projects and I earned some money, but like we didn't had sponsors who pay. Like basically my projects were usually 100% or 99% doing that project work, and not like directly maintaining T2 Linux. So basically most of the 99% of this community-driven T2 Linux system development environment is volunteer dedication of wanting to use their computers. Why aren't you rich? Who says I'm not rich? You can totally, yes, Apple wanted to buy me, but Apple wanted to buy me and I had a meeting at Google, but I don't like, do I look like, why should I give this freedom? Why should I give up this freedom, you all? Like, why? Who says I'm not rich enough? I don't like, I can afford my living and food, but the more you shall subscribe, the better. Like, why would I want to be enslaved at some low quality shit engineering company of why would I take a job where I would need to become addicted to antidepressive or medication stuff? Why oh, that is an explicit. I didn't know this music video. Why should I give up my freedom? Very serious. There's no freedom in these lyrics. It's like, yeah, why should I give up my freedom at 21 when I, like, why? Then there would not be, like, then there would only be more corporate bullshit. Also, I didn't know this new, I only knew this. Sorry for this explicit female things here. I didn't, the first time I watched this music video, otherwise I only listened to the music. I thought there would have been the word freedom more in this freedom at 21. Welcome, Foxtrot. This freedom is worth a lot. Imagine you need to report your manager every day. Yeah, or like being forced to, imagine being forced to use Windows. Like I literally, like before I use Windows every day, I quit my job. My brain cannot use Windows more than 3 hours of reverse. Like after 3 hours of reverse engineering on Windows, like I need to boot into Linux again. Firefox and bootloader when? It's like, yeah, I don't understand. Like before I would work for this American shit show organizations, excuse my language, I would rather go work for Porsche or Mercedes. Like I would, like there like 100 companies. Like I'm not against working in some companies, but like I would not work at Apple, Microsoft. I mean, the only job at Apple I would take is, I would take no job less than CTO. At other job at Apple, it's like no. It's like no. Ton of money. It's most good for a ton of money, like most good engineering. What? For a ton of money, like most good engineering. Like I for no money in the world would I work at Google. Like no. I'm not, maybe like if Apple would give me a sufficiently high position, I might consider Apple. But Google, no. Huawei, no. It's like drink much every day in Lanyard. what is, I'm not even sure what that means. But yeah, I drink match. I'm not sure what you mean with drink match. If you mean get drunk, then like why should I destroy my health by being forced to work at Google? Anyway, good. Good that we fixed this. That's of course, again, the usual thing. We work 5 times on polishing stuff, and then we break Python and we break our HTML. Also here, Foxtrot, are you here? I purchased me something. If you just tuned in, I did show that here. Look what arrived. Super 8, 450 megahertz or so. Only real with 2 BNC or so. Here, 450. What is it? 256 megabyte of memory. Only true with Dolby Laboratories digital things. I hope I can easily boot. Like, it sounds like booting that is a little bit involved, but high performance Super H testing coming YouTube. By the way, what do we even build? Do we build Super H in a way that maybe doesn't sweet? Yes, thank you to the new T2 users. I did not even know that this thing existed. That's so amazing that new people come and it's like, hey, here's this high performance Super H hardware. And I was like, there's what? There's what? This release, did we build this for SH3 or SH4? Oh, so Foxtrot, you tell me we cannot run this on Dreamcast? I totally. Why do we build this? Does SH3 not just build? Dreamcast is SH4, but did your screenshot not have SH3? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, fine. Okay, then it did SH3 just build? But SH3 binaries do run on Dreamcast, right? Or is there any incompatibility between Super H3 and SH4? What, SH4 at SIMD thing, or what did? Nah. Okay, I mean, I guess we don't really need to build everything less than SH4 then, right? Fine so far, maybe little things. Okay, I mean, I guess Dreamcast is super old, I guess. I mean, if SH3 runs on Dreamcast, but yeah, I mean, it's certainly a hobby thing at this time of. Have you done any non-OS? Yes, of course I did. I wrote a whole UI. I wrote multiple Mac applications. I wrote multiple successful award-winning Mac applications, including XXScan, OCRCAD, and Recompress. I wrote 500 scanner, I wrote scanner drivers support over 500 scanners. I wrote this Mac application. I wrote PDF library, PDF first, PDF savings, and PDF reading. I have a whole PDF library in Pure Lua. I wrote a UI subsystem in Pure Lua that runs quite pixel identically on Windows, Linux, and Mac, and things. I wrote a bit of things. I mean, plus all the T2 scripting is I mean, at least not kernel. I think I closed my last Firefox window. Okay, so the Super H sync will come another day. I hope I can just plug in a USB thing and boot it, but apparently it doesn't appear so. So probably some jailbreaking is necessary for that. Okay, I guess we did what we wanted to do. I fixed this build errors. I fixed the HTML, and I guess it's time for lunch and type low power. Look, every other Linux gets a thing and stuff. Yeah, the ignorance of T2 Linux is disgusting. Okay, did we do most things here? Basically, we how do we close that? Mark build of how to unfollow, put in, mute things, edit things off, close. Close, like this. Is this like closed now? I hope. Did I delete, close, open, lock? Things. Which release version is the last with sys5 init? Basically the last classic probably. I mean, technically I probably built a bootstrap. Technically the last full 125.10, but I also built a bootstrap thing. Which, if you want a minimal bootstrap, I think this bootstrap thing here had this one here, right? If you don't need the desktop, depending whether you want a full pre-built desktop or... I'm considering to put some effort into building both, and you can boot with init equals sys5 init or init equals systemd. I think this should mostly work. I mean that if you boot with sys5 init, you don't have certain desktop features then. I mean the only thing is it's a little bit confusing then to have systemd files in there. But I'm also not feeling like building everything twice. Also, this rain is over-promising. I've not seen a single raindrop yet. Stellenweise Gewitter, apparently not at this Stelle. So, I guess we did that for now. I guess I do some real business things, unless there's nobody to rate you to. What I don't like really is to rate always random people who, but I guess that's what it is. Keybind. Biological tokens? What are they even doing? Yeah, it also makes no sense to just live stream for live streaming's sake. Keybind, not really sure who that is. Something Russian. List be our bottom sister is Rust adding a ghost car, software and game. You know what? You had me at Rust. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. We did the morning things. That looks funny. Why is this so girly? Anime things of, but I guess you got what you things, right? See you next time. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Thank you for all your support. I hope you enjoyed to learn something, especially that one developer can fix bugs and you don't need to LLM clank everything. And see you soon for all the continuation of this fun stuff to come. Also, this doesn't play again.